Great article in the paper today. Of course, Fez dove on it.
I called Ronnie first thing in the morning.
Like a puppy on a bone. He was so excited.
The things I live for, Ronnie. They're calling them the supersized kids. There's some fat kids, Ronnie, that are now filing a lawsuit against McDonald's. The great restaurant McDonald's.
Shocked because you can't eat at McDonald's 3 meals a day over the course of your young life without gaining weight.
They're suing McDonald's because they say the McDonald's food has made them obese and unhealthy.
Well, they're right. They're absolutely right.
So some of the plaintiffs here, there's a 15-year-old Bronx kid who, 15 years old, 5'6", 400 pounds, Ronnie.
Yeah.
He says he now has diabetes after eating McDonald's nearly every day of his life since he was 6.
McDonald's said they'd be willing to settle and make this kid Mayor McLardass.
I know. Put him in the commercials, and I'm sure he'll be happy.
All right, obviously your family took you to McDonald's. You weren't driving there yourself.
Right. In his statement, Ronnie, this 15-year-old 400-pounder said, I like to supersize my orders.
Sure you do.
I bet. Supersize your jeans, fat ass. His mother claims she wouldn't have let her son gorge himself on McDonald's if she knew it contained high levels of fat and salt. She never would have let him do it.
Lady, the golden arches are made out of butter. There's nothing we can do about this. It's fattening food. Well, anytime that the Happy Meal prize is bacon strips, it's fattening food.
Yeah, bacon strips is his shorts. Two of the other plaintiffs, let's see, a pair of sisters, Ronnie. One of them, 19 years old, weighs 270 pounds. Her 17-year-old
She's the thin one.
Yeah. Her 17-year-old sister weighs 215 pounds.
These guys are drinking fry oil as their shake. Fry oil shakes.
Unbelievable.
That's tasty.
Their lawyer says McDonald's has created a national epidemic of fat kids.
From now on, all they're going to do is eat at Popeyes.
The slaw is at least a vegetable. Is slaw a vegetable?
Why are they having hot cheese sundaes? What the hell's going on there?
So I can't believe these fat kids think they can get away with this. Suing McDonald's. You're eating burger after burger like you're Wimpy from Popeye.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Who's their lawyer?
Sam Hirsch.
Who's this guy who thinks, oh, this ain't your problem, this is McDonald's?
Right. Now, I love this. The picture in the paper today, they show one of the plaintiffs, the 19-year-old girl who weighs 270 pounds.
Well, she's pretty.
Ronnie, here's a picture of her with the caption, Grimace. Underneath it.
Put her in a Minnesota Vikings jersey.
It does look like she's in a big purple jacket. And they just write the word grimace as part of her caption.
Why don't they just write Alan Page's back? Good news, kids.
Unbelievable that kids all over the country are now going to start suing McDonald's. Why? Because they can't stop shoving quarter pounders with cheese in their fat faces.
Well, the folks had to take them there. No, a kid's going to eat whatever you hand them. What are you doing going there 3 meals a day? They said they were eating there 3 meals a day, like animals.
Unbelievable. And, I knew nothing. No responsibility in this country whatsoever.
Well, it started with the smoking lawsuits, where these people smoked cigarettes their whole life, then were shocked that it wasn't healthy for you.
Amazing. So now McDonald's has all these cases pending with these fat kids. I believe they're going to hear the first one next week. The case of McDonald's versus the fat little Fs, as they call it to this day.
We now hear the case of McDonald's versus the fat little Fs.
These things are just going to line up because there's nothing but fat kids left in this country.
I call to the stand my client, Baby Grimace.
Do you swear to eat the entire meal, the whole meal, and nothing but the meal?
Uh-huh.
So help you, Ronald.
Uh-huh.
They're going to have the case of McDonald's versus the fat kid who got stuck in his desk.
Son, you can just stay there. We'll interview you from here. This is the case of McDonald's versus third-grade Thunder Thighs.
Oyez, oyez, please rise. The case of McDonald's versus the Cellulite Gang.
What's oye, oye?
I don't know. I think that's how they make you stand up.
I think that's Santana.
Is it? Oye, como va?
Yeah. It's the case of McDonald's versus the 2-ton teens.
The case of McDonald's versus the 12-year-old heart attack club. Please rise. Damn, they've had another heart attack.
It's the case of McDonald's versus the beanbag children. Bobby P. It's the case of McDonald's versus the mini clumps.
Please bring the mini clumps into the courtroom.
Yeah, I called you if you named it.
The case of McDonald's versus the Junior Shamus. Please rise. These kids, their asses have sesame seeds. That's how fat they are.
Now I'm starving, seriously. If I could get some sesame seed ass.
They literally have sesame seed buns. That's how much McDonald's these fat-ass kids have eaten.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, Fez, how you doing?
Yeah.
I have another, how about this? McDonald's versus the diabetes duo.
All right, thank you. Here is Dustin. Dustin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
How about McDonald's versus the kid who refuses to swim unless he's wearing a t-shirt?
And then he tries to say he sunburns easy. It's because I sunburn easy.
Then all of a sudden it looks like Rosie O'Donnell climbed into a wet t-shirt contest when that kid gets out of the lake.
All right, Horde King says it's the case of McDonald's versus the Whoppers. Horde King getting a little mean as Fez with children.
I know. Horde King's supposed to understand people's problems.
Here's Eastside Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Heavy, McDonald's versus Chunk from Goonies.
Chunk.
Yeah.
The case of McDonald's versus the middle school Louis Anderson fan club.
It's Little Louie, that cartoon he had. The Little Louis. It's McDonald's versus the Man Boys coming up. I just do everything like it's on People's Court. I'm not an announcer. We'll be back with McDonald's versus the Star Jones Juniors.
You're Doug Llewellyn.
Yeah, right. What happened to Doug?
I don't know. I think he left with Wapner. The case of McDonald's versus the Butter is a Beverage Teen Society.
Here's Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
But
It's the case of McDonald's versus the Weebles family.
That hurts Billy's feeling. That was his nickname.
The case of McDonald's versus the East Meadow High School Fighting Orange Balls of Failure. That case is pending.
Earl, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, Fezzy, love you. Followed you up from Florida, guys.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, if fatty 2x4 can't get through the courtroom door.
See, no, you just take that same thing, Earl, and you say it's McDonald's versus, and then what do you have? You have a joke, right?
Then you have something that will help build what? A comedy pyramid.
Punching out, guys.
Don't you want to get that sounder for yourself one day?
You should want to. The case of McDonald's versus the kindergarten Kikos. Kiko, of course, the whale from Free Willy.
It's McDonald's versus, and I'll take all the fries you can give me. Why are you mad at that? That's a Tim Witherspoon impression. I saw you do old man.
Because that's what Earl used to ask for. Remember when we worked overnights, Earl would just say, and get me a really big order of fries.
And all the fries you can give me, please. James, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
You know what's next? It's McDonald's versus the future Subway Diet Gland.
All right, thank you very much.
The case of McDonald's versus Kids for a Greasier Tomorrow.
They have those?
Oh, yeah, that's a social organization.
Here's Claude, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies,
Yeah.
how about the case of McDonald's versus the not-so-little rascals?
The not-so-little rascals.
Call me Chubsy Ubsy.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Big ass card holder, I can't get it because it's my wallet right now.
Oh, no.
Anyway, it's the case of McDonald's versus the quarter ton with cheese. See ya.
All right. Here's Jimmy. You're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Big ass card holder 23114 here.
Hooah!
Thank you. The case of McDonald's versus the cardiac attack kids.
Give me some cardiac attack. Tommy, you're on Ron and Fez.
What you got, Tommy?
Hey, DC representing big ass card holder 16818.
Hooah!
The case of McDonald's versus the fat guy that they had to cut out of Jerry Springer's.
What was that guy's name, Fez?
Walter Hudson?
The great Walter Hudson.
They had to take him out on one of those same canvas stretchers that you move actual killer whales with.
Right. I thought they were just taking him to the pool.
It was summertime.
And for some reason, he decided to start braiding his hair.
Oh, yeah, well, that'll look good.
Walter, we'd like to introduce you to Dick Gregory. Remember that Dick Gregory
Right.
came into the bedroom?
He's got something he'd like you to drink. Shallow Hal.
Yeah, now drink a whole pool full of that Dick Gregory. They got just a big Dick Gregory hose going into his mouth. Here's Uncle Beal. Uncle Beal, you're on Ron and Fez.
Uncle Beal.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
All right, it's McDonald's versus the Double D Boys.
Thank you.
Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, McDonald's versus the young Yokozunas.
That would be great.
Hello, baby Yokozuna.
How we all miss Yoko.
God rest his big soul. The case of McDonald's versus the kids who keep getting mistaken for Jerome Bettis.
Here's the king of all mailmen.
Hey, buddies, 7189, check it in.
Fezzi, he invented mail.
Hooah!
This guy invented mail, and everybody's been ripping him off.
Yeah, you better believe it. Hey, how about the case of McDonald's versus the French fries Fatsos?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, king of all mailmen. I appreciate it. Talking about these kids, they now have a class action lawsuit going up against McDonald's. Why? Because the kids kept eating the food just about every day of their lives, and now they're just obese.
Why would the parents take them there? As they said, 3 meals a day.
3 meals a day. The one kid who's 400 pounds now says he's been going every day since he was 6.
Every day.
It's not like he's getting in the car and heading through the drive-thru himself.
Somebody's hooking his big ass up to a trailer and pulling him there.
He gets stuck in a drive-thru.
Here is Angel. Angel, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Angel.
The case of McDonald's versus the Osborne kids.
Thank you, Angel.
One of them has a new CD out.
It's called Shut Up.
Here's
I'm at McDonald's.
Here's Andrew.
Yeah. Ron and Fez, how you doing?
Good, Andrew. What can we do for you?
I got one. How about McDonald's versus cholesterol flockhard?
All right, thanks. Here's Danny Love. Danny Love, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Danny Love.
Hey, babies, how you doing?
Go ahead, buddy.
I got McDonald's versus the kids who refuse to play skins.
If I'm shirts, I'm not playing.
I'll go home.
It's not worth it to me.
The case of McDonald's versus the kids who could end up getting diamond shapes cut out of their back by a serial killer named Buffalo Bill.
He's making a kid suit.
He's making a fat kid suit. We covet what we see every day, Doctor.
Dr. Lecter.
Dr. Lecter.
He asked me if he said that he could smell me, Dr. Lecter. He said he could smell my seed, Dr. Lecter.
I cannot.
I do smell some fries. Hey, Rev, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Rev.
Hey, what's going on, buddies? I got the case of Mickey D's versus the Heavy Teens, and the made-for-TV movie will be called The House That Cholesterol Built.
Thank you very much, Rev.
Thanks, Rev.
All right, Thor writes in, McDonald's versus the soon-to-be no-navels. For people who've been following along with Ass Man, Thor, that was a little bit on the cruel side.
That was very cruel. The Ass Man saga continues. He actually had a incision hernia. His belly button ended up getting infected. They had to remove Ass Man's belly button. Now that he's dropped 250 pounds since his stomach got stapled.
He's got no more belly button.
And he won't have any more.
Here's Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, buddies.
Buddy.
Yeah.
16403 checking in.
Hoo-ah!
We got the case of McDonald's versus the Dr. Moreau Children's Foundation.
Dr. Moreau. It's the island. The island of Dr. Moreau.
These kids have been crossed with quarter pounders with cheese. They're part child, part burger at this point.
Matthew, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Matthew.
Hey, I'm doing good. You guys doing all right?
Good, buddy.
All right, I got McDonald's versus Jabba's children.
Jabba the Hutts?
Yeah.
Thank you, Matthew.
All right, bye-bye.
That's it.
The case of McDonald's versus the kids who think a Happy Meal is one that never ends.
That's one Happy Meal. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I got McDonald's versus no, we'll take the entire dollar menu, kids.
Thank you, buddy.
They were hoping the whole menu was $1. It's McDonald's versus does that come with onion rings, gang?
The case of McDonald's versus the 4th grade Gravy Lovers Fan Club.
Here is Kevin. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Kevin.
Buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I got McDonald's versus the Oompa Loompas.
The Oompa Loompas. Oompa,
See ya.
oompa, oompa-dee-doo.
As they march into the courtroom.
Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dave.
Buddy, 3587.
Yeah, pal.
Hoo-ah!
Got the case of McDonald's versus the grade school Gordos.
Very nice.
Take it easy, Clarky.
Take it easy, Cloggy.
Los Gordos.
Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
You, pal.
Buddy.
Hey, I got the case of McDonald's versus the Thundering Herd.
That's a nice one.
See ya.
And he doesn't mean from the University of Marshall University.
Here's Alvin. Oh, Alvin.
What you got, Alvin?
Buddies, it's McDonald's versus the mom says I'm just husky.
There you go. You're at the top of the pyramid, my friend.
Nice work, Alvin. As we build a comedy pyramid tonight with these fat little F's.
Masha just called, but she hung up. I wanted to put her on with you, Fez, because I saw you two were dancing the other night.
Oh, you be quiet about me and Mosh, and she's not my girlfriend.
Sure seemed like it the other night.
Nuh-uh. Me and Ronnie were fighting over a gal. She's not my girlfriend.
All right, we'll take a break. We're right back. Ron and Fez.